Okay, this is Mr. Wyrick. Today we're going to go over the review for our Chapter 1 exam. The Chapter 1 exam is mostly multiple choice, so you won't have to work through all of this kind of stuff. You'll have to select the right answer out of 4 or 5 choices, but there are going to be some things that I'll need to talk to you about. First off, on this one, if you look here at number 4, the absolute value of 9 plus 4x is equal to negative 7. Your absolute value, the output from it cannot be negative. So look for these. I'm going to draw little glasses here. Look. When you see these, stop doing work. There were a lot of people yesterday that were working on this that got all the way through. My answers don't work. Well, yeah, because you should have stopped and said, it's an empty set. There are no solutions. On the test, it will just have the words, no solutions. So make sure you check for that. Normally on tests, if it says all answers or none of the above or something like that, you know that that's the right answer because that's only an option on one question. On this one, it's going to be the option on multiple. So check for it if you see that, okay? It'll save you a lot of extra work. On number 2 here, it is equal to a negative, but this is what I want you to do on your paper. Draw a nice little comic book thought bubble out here. Sunday Times. Somebody is thinking about something. And we need to think about this problem as 2 minus 7x equals negative 75. I need to solve down to just my absolute value. So the way I'm going to do that is the same way I would solve this problem. I would solve this problem by doing what first? Anybody? Subtracting 2, and then I'm going to divide by the negative 7. If I subtract 2 from this, I get negative 77. If I divide that by negative 7, that gives me a positive 11. So the absolute value of 8a plus 3 is equal to 11. Now it's ready to be split. Do not split your absolute value before this. I split this out. It's 8a plus 3 is equal to 11, and 8a plus 3 is equal to negative 11. I subtract 3, 8a equals 8, a is 1. And on this side I subtract 3, that's 8a is equal to a negative 14, so a is equal to a negative 7/4 if you reduce that fraction, which the answer in multiple choice will be a reduced fraction. Okay, it won't be the decimal, it will be a reduced fraction. On this one, same kind of thing. This is 7 times, who cares what's in here, plus 5 equals 75. Subtract the 5, divide by the 7, then you've got the absolute value of negative 2k plus 2 is equal to 10. Now it's ready to be split apart and solved. All right, don't go jumping into these and immediately splitting it. It won't help you. Down at the bottom, evaluate. I don't know if there are going to be very many of these on the test, but still, just remember, do the stuff inside the absolute value, then make it positive. If it's already positive, leave it. On this first one, negative 4 minus 8 is negative 12. The absolute value of negative 12 is 12. On this one, 7 times negative 9 is negative 63. The absolute value of negative 63 is 63. But be on the lookout for ones like this. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12 plus 8, which would be a negative 4, and the absolute value of negative 4 is 4. So then this becomes a negative 2 times 4 minus 4. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 minus 4 is negative 12. If I'm going too fast, remember this is a video. You can pause it. You can rewind it. You can back it up and keep looking at it until it makes sense. Be on the lookout for ones like 19 and 20 here on the test. If you see one of these, this is a single inequality. It has one boundary. It's not absolute value, it's not compound. You don't split it, you don't reverse signs, you don't go crazy with stuff like that because you're just going to solve the one thing. You multiply by 4, and when you multiply by 4, it's the whole side. Distribute. This is 2x minus 9 is less than or equal to 4x plus 8, which means it's going to be 2x over here and a negative 17 on this side. X is greater than or equal to a negative 8.5. Now, a lot of people have asked about which way is my arrow supposed to go? How do I know what to do when it gets to this? mark your 8.5. It's a filled in dot. Mark off those multiple choice answers that don't have that 8.5 as a boundary. Then test with 0. Is 0 bigger than negative 8.5? Nod your head yes, because yes it is. Where is 0 in relation to that? It's to the right. We're going to the right. Okay? Test it with 0, and it will tell you where the answer should be. If 0 is wrong, make sure that your answer does not include 0. We would have been going the other direction. All right? On this one, this is compound. So split it out into 2. Solve each one. This is compound. It's already in 2 because it has or. Solve each one. But if you look on this one, subtract 2, that's negative 3m is greater than 36. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. When you divide by negative 3, you have to change the direction of the inequality. Less than negative 12, which is out here going that way. On the next page, just in interest of conserving some time, look at number 10. Keep your eyes open for this. Subtract 1, subtract 1. I'm off the page. There we go. Thank you. I've got the absolute value of negative 3x is less than negative 3. My absolute value is not going to come out negative. Can it be smaller than a negative? No. Empty set. This will say no solution. And if there's one like this on the test, it will have the number line. And if it says no solution, the number line will be blank. But it'll still be there as part of the answer. Okay? On the next one, though, on number 12, subtract 5, be on the lookout for these. We've got the absolute value of negative 4 plus x is greater than or equal to negative 3. If my absolute value cannot be negative, when is it going to be bigger than a negative? All the time, always. This will be listed as all real numbers on the test, and it will have the words all real numbers. And if it has the number line, it'll have arrows going in both directions indicating that every solution is a correct solution. All right? So it will have the stuff on here still. Just pay attention to the all real numbers. Make sure you can distinguish the difference between when it should be no solution and all real numbers, because that's an important distinction. Because I can almost guarantee if no solution is one of the answers, then all real numbers will be one of the other solutions. If all real numbers is one of the solutions, then no solutions will be one of the other ones that's an option on the test. Okay, for A, B, C, D, like A will be all real numbers, D will be no solution. So you'll have to know the difference. It's not like it's going to say 7, 12, 5, or all real numbers. You have to pick the one that's going to be right. All right? Make sure you study. Make sure you look over this stuff. If you have questions, tomorrow is Thursday morning. I am officially down at my desk for morning tutorials, or pull up this YouTube video, perhaps. Listen to it during lunch if your test is after lunch. And good luck.